All right, welcome to Hormone Breakthrough Wednesday. It's so great to be here with you. And you can join on Zoom as well now. Yes. All right, let's just arrive for a moment here to our body. Oh, yes, feels so good. Our theme song. We're just arriving as ladies joining in, or ladies join in. Yeah, give ourselves the gift of time. Sing along if you know the words. So great to be here with you today. Welcome to Hormone Breakthrough Wednesday. It's like the best day of the week. It's the best day of the week. Say hello if you're joining in live or if you're watching the replay. Just let us know where you're joining in from. It's always so lovely to connect with our sisters, no matter where we are in the world. It's so awesome. And we have a really special guest with us today. I can't wait to introduce her to you because, like many of us, she's experienced so many symptoms of hormone imbalance. But like we were talking about before we got on today, she would have said she just was fine, like she felt fine. And we kind of muddle through, with whatever's going on, because we have to, we have to push through the day. But that's not what life is about. Like, we are here to show you that you can feel fabulous. That's why we're here. And we don't have to struggle or suffer. Life can actually be amazing every minute of every day. And you can show up just as the beautiful, gorgeous woman who you were put on this planet to be. So I want to announce too that I always say because it used to be the 15 day, but it's now Robin's Hormone Reset registration is open. Oh my gosh, we are so excited. And if you have never done it before, sign up now. So it's $20 off right now. So I want to make sure that you get in if it's something that you want to do. And if you've already participated in a reset, then you're already in. Just make sure that you're in our Facebook group and go post your 3 health goals for the program in the group right now, because that's what we're doing. And if you participated before, I want you to share one thing that really rocked your world with the reset. Like, what's one thing that's made all the difference for you around the reset? Just one thing. Just post it right here in the comments, because it's like so many of you have seen some incredible changes, and it's really inspiring to see, what some of those changes are. But just your biggest thing, like, it could be a mindset shift. It doesn't have to be a health symptom, but something that you got from the reset that's been really powerful in your life so far. All right, Lizette's going to post the link right here to join the reset now, where you get $20 off. It's not for very long, so make sure that you join soon. And we also have a VIP upgrade. So we have the VIP All Access Pass. It's like a front row seat to the event where you get a little bit extra support. And I'd love to have you in that, so where I can get to know you a little bit better. All right, well, I want to welcome our beautiful guest, Christie Lambert. And Christie actually did our reset 2 years ago. She did the very first one. Oh my gosh, that's unbelievable. Well, let's give Christie a big warm welcome. It's so great to have you here.
Oh, thank you. It's so great to be back, and just hearing that song like just makes everything better.
Oh,
Like
yeah, it's so
good memory.
lovely. It's so
Yeah.
it just helps to remind us what's important, and that we do have the goddess within, and she's not this exhausted, overweight, grumpy woman. She's this, feeling fabulous. I can do anything woman.
For sure.
Yeah. So you participated in the very first hormone reset. And Christie, share with us just a little bit about you, where you are right now in the world, and about your family, and kind of what's going on in your life.
Yeah, so I'm in Maryland, East Coast, and I'm a mom of 4 kids, and their ages 14 down to just turned 5. So they keep me very busy. We're involved in baseball now for 3 of them. My youngest just turned 5 this week, and we had a big party. She's my only girl.
Oh.
So I went all out. But yeah, I mean, it's just a busy life. And I realized after my daughter was born 5 years ago that I'm a big introvert, and I just wasn't getting time for myself, and it all boiled down to I wasn't taking care of myself, and I had a lot to take care of. I homeschooled, and was taking care of a baby, and it just all came to a head. I think.
Yeah, your daughter was 3. Was 3 at the time.
Yeah, yep, she had just turned 3. And I had started like looking into things a year before that, and started um making some changes emotionally, had some counseling, things like that, but something was still missing, and it was like the health portion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so interesting that you said, if I'd asked you how you were, you would have said, "Oh, I'm fine."
hmm I mean, kind of that perfectionist slash Wonder Woman slash have to do it all and look like I'm fine type of person. So,
Yeah.
I've learned over the last few years, that it's okay to ask for help, and it's okay to keep searching until you get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So you had, when you started the reset in May 2020,
hmm
you had 60 symptoms of hormone imbalance. So one of the things that we do in the reset is we actually take a hormone assessment. Now it's every day. We take a different hormone assessment every day. And if you combine them all together, it's called the complete hormone assessment. And that's what Christie took right before we started the reset in May 2020. And each yes, one of the questions is, I feel like I'm running from one task to the next all day long. And if you say yes to that, right, each yes is a symptom of hormone imbalance. You had 60 of them.
hmm
Some ladies have over 100
Yeah.
symptoms, right? And we go over 6 hormones in the reset. So we go over estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, insulin, cortisol, and the thyroid hormones. So those are the 6. And each one has a set of symptoms associated with it. And there are some that overlap, right? Because sometimes, with adrenal dysfunction or thyroid dysfunction, you might have a couple that overlap. Same thing with progesterone, estrogen, testosterone, and insulin. So you had 60 of them. And do you remember what your score was after the reset?
Yeah, it was like a 14. So that maybe that was like a month into it, because I continued, the protocols and everything through the summer. But I know by like July, and I took it again, it was like a 14.
Oh my
So
gosh, isn't that something?
yeah, I felt totally
Wow.
different. Yeah.
Wow.
hmm
So that's like 46 symptoms had improved. 46, right? Yeah, and it's so sustainable. And I was just I'm doing some hot hormone tip videos. And I was just, doing one about weight loss. And what we don't know about weight loss is that you have to get healthy to lose weight, and we have to get healthy really for pretty much everything to heal. And that's really all about taking care of ourselves. So share some of the main symptoms that you were experiencing.
So for me, I don't know if it was, I had my daughter at age 38. So I don't know if it was just, giving birth, going through a C-section later in life. Whatever it was, my hormones seemed to be just out of whack. Like half of the month, I was very emotional. Granted, we had, it was 2020, so life was crazy, but it was more than that. It was, kind of irrational. Just being upset, and just, it wasn't me. And I was like, I was talking to my doctor about some things, and had just started to look into the pellet therapy in like February of that year. And so that kind of got put on hold, and I just kind of put it off to the side. And I'm always more interested in the most natural solution. So when I saw this program come up with the word natural in it, like, that caught my eye. So, basically, can you remind me of, did you want to hear why I chose it, or did you say what were my symptoms? I can't remember what your
Yeah,
exact.
just what were your like biggest symptoms that were
Yeah,
kind of
so it
really
was
taking
that
you out?
like literally 2 weeks out of the month, I was kind of a mess emotionally. And then the other 2 weeks I was fine. So to me, it seemed very hormonal. But weight around the middle, just irritability. My symptoms are very mood related. I've realized that
Mhm.
for me when they're out of whack. So it's not that I feel sick so much. Some people have stomach issues and stuff. That's not me, but it is like it comes out mentally, emotionally, and I would say the weight that you just can't get rid of around the middle, and energy. I didn't realize how fatigued I was.
Yeah. Yeah. And anxiety was like a
Oh,
really big
yes.
deal. Yeah.
Anxiety. Yeah, that's
Anxiety.
huge.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much, yeah, I wrap that into the emotions, but yeah, like irrational anxiety.
Yeah. 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 Um, so I'm just kind of pulling up some of the things that, some of the main things. I think you hit on all of them, but weight gain, mood swings, anxiety, agitation, terrible fatigue. Those were some of the things that you noted, and you were just pushing through.
Mm-hmm. Because that's what I thought I had to do. But I
Yeah.
was getting to that breaking point, I was getting to that
Mhm.
point where I couldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. Well, you had been looking for a solution for a year. You tried some things, just I'm sure it had helped you quite a bit, but just not quite all the way there. And so what was, I mean, you didn't know me, right? When you joined the reset, what was it that said, I need to join this?
I think it was the night before you started. Like it was the last possible moment that you could join late at night, because that's what I did. Stayed up late, and I just, I was like, I think it might have been $40 at that point. So get in now, ladies, while it's even cheaper. And and I was like, why not? Like, why not just try this? Like, it just a natural hormone solution. I was like, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try this. And what do I have to lose? And I'm on Facebook all the time anyway. I have a business on Facebook, so I was on there anyway.
Yeah. And I think what the really cool part is that like you really showed up. You really showed up. So our motto is to show up and take action every single day, because it's not enough just to gather information. We've been doing that for a long time. We have to take action if we want to see change. And Christie did just that. It was pretty amazing. And I think what the biggest kind of takeaway is for me is that it's been 2 years, right? And tell us about that journey. Has it been hard for you to stay on track with your health for 2 years?
Um, so my husband is pretty invested too, because he has his own, health struggles. And when we started eating well, like that helps him too. And he feels really good. I feel really good. So I think just that, the fact that the family is doing it together for the most part helps. I do meal planning more for my sanity. I started that before any of this. So, that didn't get too hard for me because I was already doing it. So just, switch to healthier options. I will say, I haven't been perfect over the last 2 years because life happens. There's been stress, things like that. But when I start to see that mood shift to negativity and irritability and anxiety, like I know why now. I know why and I know what to do about it. So that I'm so grateful. Like I think like knowledge is half the battle. And like I learned so much from Robin in this program that I didn't really know. And I just like to know why I'm doing something, and I like to understand how things work and how our bodies work, and just made sense to me. It was exactly what I needed to hear.
I think it makes all the difference when we know the why. I've heard from so many ladies that they've tried things before and that some of the information I'm giving them is not new, but they never stuck to it because they didn't know that it was so important, right? They didn't have that why behind it. They didn't have that scientific information. And then, once you learn that, you're like, oh, okay. Well, I don't want that, so I'm going to stick to this, and so it gives you a lot more reason to stick with it, which I think is really important. So let's go through like some of the things that healed. So, your anxiety completely went away. You released, we say release weight, right? You released some weight.
I think I released 12 pounds that summer. So over like 3 months. Yeah.
That's
hmm
amazing. And have you been able to keep it off okay?
Yeah, mostly. Yeah. And then I can tell when I'm starting to, needing to do better again. And that's the whole thing for me is it's just nice to know, okay, need to get back on track. It just helps to know what to do. And I know it works for me. So
Yes.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And before your period starts, are you more evened out now?
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that those total mood drops are gone. So it's definitely worth it's worth it for me. And I remember that summer when I first did this, like that's when you notice the most difference. Like my husband was so amazed. Like just, I used to be a very happy person, and I don't want to say I'm unhappy. I have a wonderful life, but there's like a lot of brain chemistry that was out of my control, I think. And, life felt very overwhelming and I wasn't handling it well. So I had to get healthy to handle being a mom,
Yeah.
it's a lot.
And who would know, right? That when our brain chemistry is out of balance or we've gained weight, right? That it's a hormonal issue and that our body's just out of balance, right? It's a physiological problem. It's
Mm.
a physiological problem that just needs some support. And when we
hmm
know that, like it's a game changer.
Yeah, because I think we just, as women, beat ourselves up. I'm so terrible. I do this, I do that. I can't help it. It's just empowering to know we can do something about it. It's not, you know, just a bad habit or whatever. We need some knowledge and support.
Yeah. Well, Christie has rocked her health so much that we actually brought her on our team. She's been a cheerleader. I think you've been a cheerleader every reset
I think so.
since, right?
Yeah. I think
Yeah,
so.
she's an incredible support for all the women in the reset. She actually is one of our team leaders in the Natural Hormone Solution program. She's really she's really an inspiration in so many ways. And it's not like you don't have 101 things going on, right? Like you're so busy, but when we see benefits to things, we become really passionate about it. And the way that we keep it going is to stay connected with a like-minded community. And you've really done that. And you've really been so inspiring.
Oh, thank you. It's been
Yeah.
so nice to have the support.
Yeah, for sure. So what would you say to a woman who's just not sure if she should join the reset?
I would say that you deserve it. So for me, in my situation, I just dealt with a lot of guilt, a lot of, shoulds and, you know, who should I be, and not that I even want to say put myself first now, but I am part of what I take care of now. And like that me too kind of thing, like, and I had to get my husband on board a little bit there with, this is what I need. And like, we just had a lot of good discussions. And I mean, we change over time. We've been married 20 years. So I'm not the same exact person I was when we got married, and life is different. So take care of yourself. And if this is something you're looking for your health, for your mental state, anxiety, mood, anything like that, it's worth a shot. And I just say, like, you have nothing to lose and you deserve to figure it out. So
Yeah.
why not?
Yeah, we we sure do. Like I guess if you know that there is a possibility to feel well, and if you can admit to yourself that you're not feeling as well as you would like to. And the other thing that I would like to say is it's really important to know that the solution to feeling well is not out here somewhere, right?
Mhm.
It's right here. It's all right here. You have all the power to heal yourself. And when we start looking outside of ourselves for the solution is when we really stay stuck. We stay stuck in hormone hell because we try the next best thing. And I can tell you, none of it's going to work until you really understand those foundational habits that can help us get well and stay well, like Christie has learned.
And there were some things I've tried in the past, but it was only part of it. And I was never desperate enough to want to change, you know, more. And I had to get to that desperateness. So don't wait for that. Don't wait until you're desperate. Like, look into it now, see how this can help you feel better.
But yeah, that's a great point. Yeah, I was pretty desperate too when when I decided that I needed to figure out my stuff. But I didn't have a mentor, I didn't have a teacher. I had to go back to school. So yeah, don't wait. Now is your time. Now is your time. Well, Christie, thank you so much for being on with us. Let's give Christie lots of love, big hearts. If you have any questions about the program, just post it here and we'll make sure to answer for you, because you may have questions. And a lot of ladies in this sisterhood group have done the reset. So they can answer questions for you. We'll answer questions for you. And I know Christie's in the group too. And we'll make sure that you're supported. And, when we say yes to ourselves, it changes the world. It changes the world. I mean, Christie's whole family, right, has better health now because she did the reset. And when we say yes to ourselves, our genes automatically start expressing themselves for the better, just like that, without doing anything. Because your genes are just starting to feel so good. It's like, yes, yes. All right. Well, so great to have you on today. You're always such an inspiration, such a great story, and to have healed so many things and to have sustained it, for 2 years is just how it's supposed to be. I can say it's incredible, but it's how it's supposed to be. Because once you have that awareness, you can never not have it. So you just start noticing. And when you start to feel better, you just don't want to go back.
Very true.
Yeah. So you notice when, you start to get off track again, when things start to come up and you're like, oh, I have to, get back to doing everything I know.
For sure. And the nice weather helps too, because it's time to get outside.
Yes, it does. Thankful for great weather. Well, Christie, thank you again so much for being here. Big kisses for you.
Thank you, Robin.
And we will see you in the reset.
All right. I can't wait.
Yeah. All right.
With you.
All right. We'll say goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Great to have you on today.